Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a day in the life. I'm going to be sharing with you guys basically my process whenever I get a new client. I have a quote that I need to work on today, so I might as well show you guys everything. I'm going to show you from beginning to end, so like the form that I have them fill out, what's on it, you know, all those kind of things, how you can do it yourself, and then like why I also charge a fee up front. All those things, I'm just going to show you my client process whenever I get a new client. But first I need to cook breakfast. I'm hungry and I'm sure my husband's hungry too. So I'm gonna cook breakfast for us really quick, make me some coffee and then go to my office. So that's kind of what today looks like. I don't have too much planned. I just need to work on a quote. I need to post to social media today. I don't have any content ready to post, so I need to do that at some point. I'm trying to post every day by 6:15, well at 6:15 or a little later. So I need to make content for that. And then I've also taken on my husband's social media too. So he's also a real estate agent on top of his full-time job too that he does. So I want to like help him be more consistent with that. So I am working on his social media. So I need to make both of our content for today by 6:15, finish my quotes. And those are like the main things that I want to get done for the day. And then later on when I'm just chilling on the couch, I'm probably going to edit this video. So that's what my day looks like. I'm going to go ahead and get started on breakfast because it is a little later in the morning because we had a doctor's appointment virtually to do this morning. So I slept in a little bit and then I did that appointment. So now it's time to cook and I'll see you guys in a minute.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it.
Okay, y'all, so I just finished eating breakfast. It was bussin'. Gonna make me some coffee and then go to the office and get started on that quote. And then I'm gonna walk you guys through it too. Hey y'all, okay, so I'm back in the office and now I'm gonna work on this quote. So kind of like I was telling you, is I wanted to give you guys like an overview of my process whenever I am onboarding a new client. I'm just checking my email really quick. Hold on. Okay, so now that I'm up to date on a few emails, I'm going to go ahead and get started with what it's like when I onboard a client. So first things first, I'm gonna get a sip of my coffee. Helps me wake up. It's real hot. Let me know if you're a coffee addict in the comments. Are there any other coffee addicts or is it just me? Like I have to have at least 1 cup of coffee every day. That's good. This is, I don't even know what kind of coffee this is. It's not Hawaiian, or is it? I think it is a Hawaiian coffee. Now I did try this other coffee that was called Death Wish, and I was a little weird about the name at first. So I was like, it's kind of demonic, but I got the coffee because they said it was really strong, and it is strong. The first day, my husband's not a big coffee drinker, but the first day we tried it, we were literally up to like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And he was like, he's never drinking it again. I've still been drinking it, but I kind of spaced it out. Like I think I went to bed maybe around like 12:30 or 1 last night. I'm not sure. But this is just my regular coffee that I've been drinking for a while. It's some type of Hawaiian coffee. If you're interested, I could tell you in the comments. Just leave a comment and I'll tell you what it is because I have to go look. But anyway, so let's talk about when you get a new client. So I said client really hard. Let's talk about when you get a new client. So that is basically somebody finds you on social media or through Google, whatever, and they want to work with you. So I'm curious, what process do you have set in place? What does that look like? Let me know down in the comments, and that way we can share with one another what it looks like. Now I'm going to tell you what works for me, and that is a lot of my inquiries lately have been coming from Instagram in particular. But I feel like how I have it set up now, it's okay. I'm not like being really meticulous about scheduling a call with me and all of those things. So I'm going to break it down how I have it. So if you find me on Instagram per se, I don't even know what links I have, but Instagram allows you to have multiple links now, right? You don't have to have just that one link, and you can still do that, and then have like Linktree or some of those other platforms to where you can post as many buttons as you like. You can even do that on your website without having to create like an extra account to remember, like another password to remember. You can actually make those kind of link pages just by your own personal website. So on mine, it looks like I have 3 links. So I'm not doing the Linktree or my own link page on my website yet. I do have it on my website, but I haven't set it up all the way yet. So as I'm starting to like offer more things to my clients and things like that, I really do need to get up the link page set up on my website so that all those links are there for people coming from like social media. But right now I'm using 3 links that Instagram offers, and I think it's up to 5, but I could be wrong. It's somewhere like 4 or 5, something like that. So they have the option to either request a quote. They have an option to go directly to the Jamaica group getaway that I've planned, or they have the direct link to book some of the social media deals that I do. So that's when, I'm sure you guys have seen them on social media. You kind of just pre-package a trip with all the pricing and things like that. And then whoever's interested on social media can just, show interest in that trip, and then you can go ahead and book it. So those are the 3 links and forms that I have on my Instagram account. So when someone, and now that I'm looking at it, I actually need to update it. So when they click on request your quote, it actually goes to TravelJoy. But I just changed this, I think last week, at the end of last week. So I need to update it because I like to use TravelJoy for a lot of things. And I would like to use it for the initial client inquiry, but I don't like the way the form looks on the cell phone. It's very far off, like they have to really zoom in to see each little button and click or whatever. So I don't like the formatting of it when you're looking at it on like a phone or something like that. On the computer, it's not bad, but most people are operating on their phone, especially if they're finding you from social media. So that being the reason, and because I wanted to add a payment to the initial setup, I use, and I'm actually gonna, let me make a note. I'll be having so much on my mind. I have to make notes to remind myself to go change this link because I don't want to hold y'all up in video while I do it. Change link on IG. Okay, so I need to update that link. Now, what I'm using now for the client is Cognito Forms. So let me just go on over to that. So I'm pulling up my Cognito Forms account, and I'm pretty sure I've spoken about this before, but Cognito Form is really what it sounds like. It's forms. So it's a platform that allows you to create any type of form really that you would need in a business or whatever you're doing. Excuse me, that's what Cognito Forms is for. So let me go to, I have a few different ones on here. So I'm going to go to my, let's go to this. I'm going to go to my, oh no, I don't want to make a copy. I just want to get the link. All right, so I'm going to go to my form so that you guys can see it. You should be able to see my form right here. Okay, so this is, I call it the travel planning request. You can call it whatever you like. I just give a brief description of the form, and then I like to give a brief description of why I charge a research fee. I feel like that just kind of overcomes people's natural reaction to having to pay for something initially. So what I tell you about your form is that it's simple. Like, you're really just asking questions that you need in order to book the trip. So when you go into whatever software you're using. So when you go into whatever software that you're using to book these trips, you're really asking that same information so that you have it when it's time to go pull the numbers for the quote. So I just ask the simple stuff like your name, your phone number, your email. You obviously need those in order to contact them. And then I like to ask them, how did they hear about us? So first thing like I said, I ask for the name, last name, obviously, phone number, email, and then I put the little asterisks here so that they know that they have to complete that form in order to submit it. So like if you try to submit it without entering that information, it won't let you submit it. So the important things that you want them to fill out, I usually always include this. This is the how did you hear about us? And then the drop down, I've entered in like the choices that they have. Okay, and then here, these are just some general acknowledgments of booking with me, right? So just so that they have, what I'm trying to do here is manage expectations. So they know if they're traveling really soon. Actually, like the trip I'm working on today, this is for December. So they're not going to have a payment plan available to them because this is a very short window. So the full amount is probably going to be due at the time of booking. So that's just them acknowledging that. And then obviously acknowledging that just because we send you the price, if you don't put your deposit down ASAP, then, there's a chance that the price could go up. Okay. And then, so obviously things that you need to know if you're booking flights for the client, that you need to know what airport they're flying out of, the departure date, return date. So that's all on there. Now, this whole thing is customizable, right? So I made this from scratch, and you're just going to plug in things that you need and for, running your business or what you think is important information. Okay. And then here I have, some people are particular about the airlines that they want to fly with. Not everybody wants to go with just like the cheapest option. So I have this question here for them to let me know if there is a airline that they do not want to travel with. That way it's going to save me time, and I'm not wasting my time pulling numbers for an airline that they don't want to fly with anyway. Okay, some other things I ask is just, how many adults do you have? How many children do you have that are going on the trip? And then I always, and this is a typo that I've been meaning to fix today. I need to take the A off of that. Matter of fact, I'm not going to do it right now. I'm just going to write a note. I was supposed to do that yesterday, and because I didn't write it down, I forgot. I noticed it whenever she submitted her request. So this, I also asked for the ages of any children under the age of 18, just because a lot of places when you're booking it, it's gonna want to know and require the age of the child too. So I also include that. Over here on this side, it's just the number of rooms that they want booked, their bedding selection. So if they're looking for king and queen style rooms or, the double style rooms, that's there. And then I also have them select their budget with this drop down right here. And this is pretty much self-explanatory. So this is basically just everything you want to know in order to book their trip. Now, something that I added to the form was this priority processing fee. So typically we say the quotes can take anywhere from 2 to 3 days. But if you wanted your quote back in 24 hours, then you would click here where it says yes. I'm clicking with my left hand. Let me switch hands on the camera. All right, so it says yes. And once you click that, when you scroll down, you'll see that it populates the charge for that, right? So it's a $40 charge if you want your quote expedited within 24 hours. Now, another thing is that they're going to have to select a package, right? Because I don't run quotes for free anymore. So you have to, and it's not even priced high. So do what you think is best for your business based on where you are. And as far as how long your business has been in business, and then how well it's doing. So how many clients you have coming in. So they have to choose between one of these 3 packages here. So they could do this one where they're going to just get research on one destination. It's going to give them 3 different resorts. It's going to come with 2 excursions and then a few other things. They get the full breakdown of what's included here on the page, on my home page. And so once they select here, let's say if they do that one, then of course it adds it to the total, and then they pay up front. And then once they do that, I receive the email that this has been completed and everything, and then I can start working on the quote. Okay, and then we're at the stage of where I can start working on the quote. So let me go ahead and fix. So while I talk to you guys for a little bit, I'm gonna go fix that typo on my form. So yeah, these forms, you can really customize them to be whatever you need them to be. That's what I like about Cognito Form. And when you pull it up on your phone, it's easy to read. So it's not like really far off like it is on TravelJoy whenever you're looking at it on the phone. And so that's one of the main reasons I use Cognito Forms. I'm just going in here and fixing that typo. Okay, and then save it. All right, so I just fixed that typo. So that's one thing off my list to do today. And now I'm gonna work on my quote for this client. So that's basically what it looks like whenever I'm onboarding a new client. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And I would happily make more detailed videos about it. But that's pretty much what my day looks like today, is working on this quote and then working on those social media posts that I told you about. I did want to speak a minute about our sponsor today. And our sponsor today is actually me, the Travel Babe CEO. So today I wanted to let you guys know that I am offering coaching sessions. So that's just an hour with me. You can call me, we can Zoom, whatever you want to do to talk about something in your business, something that I can help you on, whatever it is that you're struggling with or that you want more insight on, or if you even need help setting up your own Cognito form, we can walk through doing that. Whether it's your website, how to make social media content, anything related to running your travel business, then that's what you want to reach out to me for. I'm going to leave the link below so you guys can go ahead and access that. And I appreciate all of the support. I like making these videos for you guys, as you know. So let's get back to the video. All right, y'all. So now I'm still working on this quote, calling a few different resorts. I need to send this email as well. But something I find funny is that when I'm calling, I'm a very, I'm not gonna say it's not like I'm a no nonsense type of person, but like I'm very to the point. And what I've noticed when I'm calling some of these other places, like different destinations, especially when you're talking to like the hotel reps and stuff like that, if it's just like the people who typically answer the phone and do reservations, they can have such an attitude. And I'm the type of person that, I'm typically going to give you attitude back, which I'm really working on myself right now and trying to do better. But, sometimes it can, I would say, just expect that. Expect that they're probably taking a lot of calls during the day and, they might not be as friendly. And so I try to not let the sass show, but I will kind of, correct them in a very polite way. Like for instance, if I have them repeat something, whether I'm writing down the numbers or their email, whatever it is, a lot of times they have accents, and I'm sure I have an accent to them. I don't know if it's easy to understand me or what, but I am from East Texas. And so a lot of these people have accents when you're talking to them, and I don't always pick up what they're saying on the first time they say it. And someone be talking so fast. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm spoken to some people who are very nice, very friendly, easy to work with over the phone. But some of them, I'll be like, woosah, because I'm finna go off. But I don't, and I just try, to remain professional and let them know, I might ask you to repeat that again a little slower. I do realize we have different accents and from different places in the world. So I apologize if it's not as easy for me to pick up on what you're saying, So anyway, just wanted to share that, be ready for that because, people on the phone can be really weird. But anyway, this particular quote is, I need to send an email to her too, is to go to Belize actually. And they want to go in December. So as you can imagine, it's not a lot of availability. I mean, we're already in October. So we're 2 months out from December and they want to go during the holiday. So Christmas vacation. Christmas is one of the most busiest times of the year, especially for travel. So most people plan ahead, at least like a year. But hey, we're gonna do my best and I'm gonna find them. And the real thing, it wouldn't be so bad if it was just a couple people. If it was like 4 people, that wouldn't be hard. Like we could find something. But this is like 17 people, last minute. Oh, the sun is really doing something weird. Okay, yeah. So this is like 17 people that I'm trying to find accommodations for 2 months away, Christmas vacation. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Making a lot of phone calls. Some of the top places I would have recommended there, especially the all-inclusive out there in Belize, Alaya, is already booked, of course. Like, it's booked up. Like, I think even they only had like maybe 3 rooms available, let alone their rooms big enough to, you know, accommodate this many people. So I am researching, I am looking, I am trying to give them at minimum at least 2 options. They might have to stretch that budget a little bit, but they have a decent budget. Like without flights, they're gonna book their own flights because they're all coming from different places. I'm just trying to do my best to find them the best accommodation. But it's not gonna be all inclusive because Belize is not a place that's known for all inclusive resorts right now. I don't know if they ever will be. But as far as I know, there's only the one that I really know. And then there may be another one or 2 at most, but they don't have a lot of all inclusives out there. So I am going to let them know that when I send over their quote. But I need to send this lady a message. So yeah, I'm standing right now at my stand-up desk. Let me show y'all. I love this desk because I'll be working so much in this office. I'll make sure I don't show y'all no junkiness in my room. But that's my desk. And so it's a standing desk and it adjusts. So the buttons right here, see if I can show you right here. Yeah, these buttons, it makes it go up and down. There we go. So when I've been sitting for too long, I could stand, because I kid you not, I'm in this office from 8, well, not 8 today because, you know, I had a doctor's appointment, but normally like 8 o'clock in the morning until like 5. And then at 5, I want to get out of my office, and then I'll take my office, my mobile office, to the living room, and I'll either sit on the couch or I'll sit at the kitchen table. To me, that just gives me a change of scenery, makes me feel like, even though I'm still working, probably until like 10, 11 o'clock at night sometimes, most of the time, I could at least get out of my office and then, you know, these 4 walls. But yeah, so that's that. So I was going to end the video earlier, but I think I'm just going to keep talking to y'all and we can chat while I work on this. I'm sending this lady an email. Somebody's on my website. Let's see who it is. Well, they came and left, so we don't know what they were there for. So I have this thing on. This the same person? What? Now y'all tell me what you think. This person has been coming back to my page every day. One time they was like on the page for 15 minutes. And I know that, you know, since I have these YouTube channels and things like that, maybe it's just like a travel agent or something looking at my website or trying to get ideas. I don't know. But if that's you, you know, reach out to me. I'm happy to help. You know, say hello. So I have on my phone, because, you know, you guys, I use Wix. Let me send this thing on email. I use Wix for my website. So one of the things that I have with Wix is that I'm able to, using the Wix app, I can see who's on my website whenever they go to my website, and then it lets me know what page they're on, and then there's a live timer for how long they're on my page. So that's important for a few different things. It lets me know, I'll be able to tell, like, let me tell y'all this and then I'll type this. So I'll be able to tell by just using my app. One of the things it's good for is if somebody goes to my website and they immediately leave, or say they're on there for like 5 seconds and then clicks off, it will tell me the website that they're on at the time. And then obviously it'll tell me that they went offline, so they're no longer on the site. And so if I see a lot of people doing that, then that lets me know, okay, I need to go take a look at this page on my website, because for whatever reason, for whatever reason, people are bouncing from the website, from this site. And then my having Wix, and this is why analytics is so important when you have, and that's why you should have your own website instead of using those little rinky-dinky host websites they be giving y'all. No shade, but because I don't know if they give you access to the analytics. So you need to see that stuff. You need to see the behind the scenes things in your website so that you know what you need to work on. If I have people go into like my quote page and I see, okay, they're not really submitting the quote, they're not completing that service, then I know, okay, let me take a look at the quote page. What could it be missing? What could I change on it to make them more likely to go ahead and purchase the quote request? So those are some of the reasons why it's important to know your back-end analytics on your website, because it's going to tell you what you need to change, what you need to work on, and what's not working. And without even talking to the people visiting the site, I could already tell that if I was going to fill out a form and it had a price at the end and a lot of people weren't clicking it or completing that purchase, then somewhere on that page, if they came directly to that page, like if they didn't come from the home page and then it took them to that booking page. So say they're on Instagram and it takes them directly to the web page where they booked the quote, they're not booking it. 9 times out of 10, that's going to tell me on this page, it's not giving enough value. They don't see enough value in paying whatever that price is at that moment, right? Based off that page. So what I would do is go back to that page and add more value. So that's kind of why I have this statement explaining the fee that I offer that's required in order to work with me. So that way they have a rationale behind it and they can understand it better. So those are the kind of things you have to think about whenever you are looking at the analytics on your page. Now, another thing that I like about Wix and using the app, I'm sure other ones do this too, but I use Wix, so that's what I talk about. It'll tell me, it's like almost like a text message service, if you will. Not like a service, but like an app, like if it was WhatsApp or something. When somebody goes to my page, let me see if I can show you. Somebody click on my website. Let's do this one right here. So if somebody clicks on my website, I don't know if, let me see, for the focus where you can actually see words. So if somebody goes to my website, you can kind of see it. It brings up a chat box, kinda. And so at the top, right up there, it says, hers says received an email. But if she was on my page right now, it would be at the top. So at the very top right here, if she was on my page right now, it would be a live timer, and then it'll also say what page she's on. So like the name of that page on the website, it'll be up there, and the timer will be up there too, letting me know how long she's on that page. And so in the chat that I just showed you, that whole little chat thread, they're able to click. You know how you see the little chat at the bottom of websites and stuff? When they go on there and type in a message, it's gonna go to that message thread. So I'll be able to message her live. So it's not, I don't have mine set up to where it's automated messages or it's like a bot or something. It's actually me. So when they go to my page and if they ask a question in that little chat box, 9 times out of 10, my phone is always with me. I don't know why I be so out of breath when I'm talking to y'all. Like, I don't even know why I be trying to talk so fast, but just how my brain works. It just be going. But let me remember to breathe. So I was saying that when they're talking to me, it's really me. Like when they send the message, it's really me. I'm really responding. And so sometimes what I'll do, and this, I haven't seen a benefit to it yet as far as me messaging first. So I kind of backed off from doing that, because I would, when people go to the site, I'll send a message. Hey, let me know if you have any questions, here to help, whatever. But then they didn't even respond or acknowledge that, because most people probably think it's a bot. Most websites, it is set up to be like a bot or automated messages that they have programmed, but it really be me. So I wait now until they message me first and then I respond. But anyway, I don't even know how I got on all that. But yeah, that's why you check your own website. So now I need to send out this email. So let me just do this right quick. Make sure I spell it right. And then after I send this email, I'm going to start working on social media content for today. Let me just make sure I spelled the email right, because I don't feel like having it come back to me. God is so good. Let me refresh and make sure. Wow. Like, that almost brings me to tears, y'all. So, sidebar. Y'all don't know this, but I'm trying not to get emotional. So, in some of my previous video, the video that went the most viral for this channel was kind of like a day in the life that I did about 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, when I started my business. And I told you guys that I started this because I am getting emotional. I wanted to have a business where I could work on my own time, so that when I start my family, I don't have the pressure of going to work. So I am a physical therapist assistant. I was doing that for a while. I mean, it's really good money. I loved what I do. I say, but the thing is, with where I was working, which I was working with skilled nursing, so that's the elderly population, a lot of it can be draining. You can hit burnout really quickly. And then the physical aspect of it, I work out, so that wasn't a big deal then. So, like I basically teach people how to walk again, how to be able to get up out of your bed again, whether that's because you had surgery, whether that's because you've had some illness to where you can't function the way you were before coming to rehab. So it's very physically demanding is what I'm trying to say. And then there were things that would add on top of it to where, thank God for the medical field and for the people who dedicate their lives to being in medical field, because obviously we need medical care. But once you start thinking about, I'm like, since I've been a therapist, like 7 some years now, holidays you work, birthdays you work unless you take off, but 9 times out of 10, you will typically get one holiday where you can choose. Like, so maybe because you worked Christmas, you don't have to work Christmas Eve, or because you worked Thanksgiving, you might not have to work one of the Christmas Eves or Christmas Day, something like that. But 9 times out of 10, we always at work. We don't get the normal days off like everybody else. Weather's bad, we go to work. Doesn't matter what the roads look like, any of that, you're still expected to be there because it's the medical field, right? And I get it. But I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So even before I started taking my prerequisites to get accepted into the PTA program, I knew that was just a way for me to fund my own businesses and to be an entrepreneur. But I still wanted a comfortable lifestyle. So I knew that I would take that money, invest it in my businesses. And that's always been the plan. So now 7 years down the line, I'm starting to feel that feeling of, I'm stuck. I need to really focus on my businesses, right? So anyway, we had, I started this business because I knew, obviously, I'm married. And at this time we had either just got married, might have been married like a few months or something like that. Maybe a year. I don't remember. Actually, it was probably just a few months, because what really launched me to go ahead and start my travel business was my destination wedding. So it was always so that when I have kids and all these things, I don't have to make these kind of sacrifices to where, you have a baby, 3 months later, you got to go back to work, like outside of your home or outside of your own time, or how you want it to manage it, right? So my picture and what my vision is that I could be an entrepreneur and then just like have someone here during the day to help me with kids and things like that during work hours. So that way I'm still home and I feel close to my kids. Don't have to worry about putting them in daycare. I know that's not everybody's situation, and everybody can't do that, but that's the life that I want for myself. So I said, okay, I need to put some things in place so that I can make that happen. So that's why I started this business. Okay, so we like 2 years down the line, I think. We have been trying, but unsuccessful. So I'm just gonna say last month. So last month was my first round of IVF. And we actually had a call this morning. So the doctor's appointment I told you about that we did virtually was them, just checking up on me because I did my egg retrieval about a week ago. And so if you guys want to hear all this, me and him are gonna record a video and post it to a different channel. I'll leave the link below for the people who not here for this part of the video and they just want to hear about travel. I'm gonna keep it short and relate it back to travel. But what I will say is that we are going through that process. It looks like I'm going to do a second round of IVF, probably we're in October, November. So that's that. But anyway, the reason this all came up is because I just got an email from my clinic, my fertility clinic, and saying that our statement was available. So mind you, IVF ain't cheap. And so my husband luckily has a really great job. He works in, like, I guess it's considered corporate. He's a district sales manager. I'm not gonna say his company because I don't want to get in trouble. But anyway, he works from home majority of the time, but he does travel every couple of weeks. And so he does that. He does well. And so he's also a real estate agent, like I told you. But anyway, his company has a really, really good program when it comes to like family building and things like that. And this is just a great company overall. But anyway, just got my bill back, and we only have to pay about $200. Now, mind you, we were expecting to come out of pocket, like, even though we have insurance and we have fertility coverage. At the beginning of this treatment, it was saying that we were about to be responsible for somewhere around $5,000, which is nothing compared to what the insurance covered during this process. And then to go from, we were going to pay about $5,000 to now we paying only $200, it just shows, to remain faithful, to don't be down. Even the news like we got this morning wasn't ideal. It's just, it's good to know that at the end of the day, there's always a silver lining. There's always ways that God is showing you that I'm still here and I'm still for you. So just want to share that with you guys. And so I'll probably pay that in a minute, but so I wasn't expecting that. So I don't know, things happen for a reason. So I wanted to share it with you guys. And hopefully in the future, we will have those little ones that we are praying for. So I'm going to email this lady back. Oh no, I already sent that email. See, I'm losing train of thought. What is that? So I'm losing my train of thought, but I'm reading the email from the lady that just sent me one resort. Okay. Oh, I got a meal plan. Okay. Okay, so I just actually called another resort in Belize, who it's a pretty good resort, so I wanted to check there too, but they are booked. Not enough availability for the number of people that are going on this trip. So right now I have two potential options. One is out of their budget, but I'm still gonna send it because they would probably be open to it. Because when I ask for the budget, I typically say without excursions, without flights, just your budget on hotel only. So the particular quote I got, actually it's over their budget, but listed are included in total cost. But this person or the hotel rep put together a package to where, like I told y'all, it's not really all inclusives out there, but they can customize packages for you. So she did like a meal plan for breakfast and dinner. So they'll be on their own to figure out lunch. And then she did local alcohol and non-alcohol beverages is included. And then 2 excursions are included in this price. So when you take that into consideration, I feel like they might be open to stretching the budget a little bit because they do want to do excursions. So, the excursion is going to cost as well. So obviously that'll make the budget go up. So let's see, that's what we're looking at. Now this particular resort is not, it ain't really where I wanted them to go. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need to pull up the map of Belize because I need to understand Belize a little better. I haven't been to Belize, so when I am booking places that I haven't been before, hold on. Okay, so what I've done in the past is when I'm booking places that I've never been before, and that I don't specialize in, for instance, let me think of a place, like Alaska. I'm not really going to Alaska, but I'm trying to think of some places. Let's say Brazil. But I like to say that my business focuses on beach destinations. I used to say the Caribbean and Mexico, but we've expanded now. I'm just doing beaches in general. So beach destinations, no matter where that is. So Italy, Greece, whatever. We're opening it up to all beach destinations, and like tropical destinations. So that being said, I am familiar with Belize. And if it was a place that I wasn't familiar with, like Brazil, for instance, what I've done in the past is just hand it over to someone I've met in the travel industry. There's a lady that I like to check in with every so often. She's been doing this for a while. Like even before she was a travel agent, she worked in the travel industry to some effect. I don't remember what she said her role was or what company she worked for, but she worked more on the corporate side of travel, in like travel, tourism, like that big umbrella. So, and I've never met her before. She lives in a different country, if I'm not mistaken. So like, and she books all over the world, right? She's older. She's been doing this for a while. So, any places like that, I usually send them her way. Or like if I have somebody who asks me, like a family friend or, you know, just somebody that I come across and they want their kids to go to Disney, I don't do Disney. So there are a couple people that I follow who focus on Disney heavy, and I'll just refer them, you know. And in the past, I ain't even been asking for no referral. I don't even ask for no referral fee because I mean, I don't specialize in that. So it's no hurt, it's no gain to my business because I had no plan on them being my client anyway. So I freely give those away. But this particular person, just because I haven't been to Belize, I have researched a lot on Belize because this is one of the places that I want to do a group trip. Something you should always do is market research. So see what's the next up and coming destination. See what people are talking about. You know, for a while, Tulum was really popping. A couple years ago, everybody was going to Tulum. It was like the new it thing to do. And so Belize is really going to be that next it destination. Giving y'all the tea. So I'm really researching Belize hard, trying to understand it because it's not one of those places where you just fly in and, you know, they got a lot of things, you know, when going to Belize. Like you fly into Belize City, you got to get on a boat or airplane. Is it called a seaplane to get to the other islands. So it's different parts to putting a Belize trip together, and then they don't have standard transportation. Like for the longest, Belize didn't even have a actual road, right? That you can like use cars and stuff on. So they don't even use cars on these islands. They use golf carts. I was about to say go-karts, but they use golf carts to get around the island. So it's not your typical transportation, right? So there's a lot of things to think about when it comes to Belize. But anyway, I am okay with doing this booking because a lot of things and some of the things that you guys can do if you're starting out and you're new and you're not comfortable with booking a trip yet. I don't believe in the don't book a trip if you've never been there. I believe book the trip if you have the support to do so and if you know how to research. Like that's really all they're paying you for. They're paying you for the places that you've been and your experience and to be able to give a personal recommendation and a personal experience from an expert, but they're also paying you for the work, paying you for the research. So sometimes you just got to do the research. That's what they're paying you for if you haven't been there. And so there's like different groups that you can go on. Like I'm a part of a few travel agent groups. And so I'll go in there and I'll search whatever destination I'm looking for just to see if there's previous conversations going on about that destination and different things like that. You know, just do the research, reach out to some people in those groups. Hey guys, have any of you ever booked Belize? What can you tell me? What are some of the resorts and things like that? Just, you know, ask them whatever you need to ask. And most of the time people are nice. I've come across a couple of groups where I see people respond and they're kind of like, well, did you even do any of the work? And I don't like groups like that. Like, I'm not gonna go into rant, but there's a lot of things that you could do to kind of research it or whatever. And something that I'll also do, and what I recommend you guys do, is sometimes how I'll utilize ChatGPT. Now I pay for the paid version, so I don't know how the free version operating, but I'll ask it top things to do in Belize, or you know, things like that, or top restaurants, and then I'll just say that you know to be open, right? And then what I'll do once it gives me a list is that I'll go research those places, obviously to see if they're still open, and then to research the reviews and to see if this is like actual accurate information. But that'll give you a starting point, right? And then watch YouTube videos. Never been to Belize? There's Belize videos out there. Pretty much on anywhere you want to go, I'm sure there's a YouTube video on it where somebody's like, you know, giving the guide to this place, or, you know, things to do in this place, how to get around in this particular place, you know. So you just got to do, that's part of research. That's what research is to me. That's how I do my research when I'm doing bookings, especially if I have no clue about the destination and it's something that I feel like is in my realm. That's kind of where I'll start. And then I'll talk to the resorts. So when I'm calling, this video getting long. So then I'll call the resorts that I'm interested in. And when I'm on the phone with them, I'll ask them, so you got any transportation companies that you recommend? Who's out that way? You know, who do they use? They live out there. You know, they know. I'll ask them what excursions, what companies should I book through? And a lot of times they are affiliates with these companies anyway. So sometimes they'll even set it up for you. So yeah, I mean, that's just my 2 cents there. Now, I did say I was going to show y'all because I don't want this just to be any kind of video. Now, remember now, if you want some help, I will help you. Just click the link below for the one-on-one coaching.